Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is the evening of Friday, the first day of August 2025. I saw on the internet the council to Nnamdi Kanu and Ejimako published that Nnamdi Kanu is suing Reno Omokri. When I saw it, I was first of all surprised, and I started looking for the reason why he's suing him, and I discovered that it was because of defamation. However, Reno Omokri was employed. I believe he was employed by the APC government led by Tinubu to stand on the way of P2B, to castigate against P2B, to defame P2B. And P2B is a kind of man that he don't even reason you. Whatever you say about him, he just be going his own way. Now, in the process of talking against P2B, he landed himself into a big trouble. And there will be no mercy for Reno Omokri. When Reno Omokri posted this, I think I saw it, but I did not take any cognizance, and I push it away. It is his way because he talks too much. And what did he say, or what did he wrote that put him into this problem that he's about to enter now? When P2B went to Sowore Bandoye's, interview, and after the interview, Reno Omokri posted something on Twitter, and this is what he posted. I hope Mutane Arewa watched the preview of P2B's interview with Sowore Bandoye on Chinese television, where he was asked if he still believed that Nnamdi Kanu deserved a political solution that will lead to his freedom, to which he responded that Nnamdi Kanu's detention and trial does not make sense to him. What does that tell you? Do you know how many Nigerian soldiers, police officers, custom immigration, and prison officers, as well as NSCDC servicemen and women have been killed by IPOB, ESN, and unknown gunmen in the southeast, of which the majority have been from the northern Nigeria? Arewa, do not, because of anger over President Tinubu's necessary reforms, give power to a man who believes in things that could lead to the end of Nigeria as one indivisible united nation under God. Table shaker. The target was not Nnamdi Kanu. The target was not IPOB. The target was to Peter Obi, but he landed himself into trouble. There is no court in Nigeria that has said that IPOB killed. No court has established it in Nigeria that ESN killed or this one killed. By the way, up to today, you can see that a lot of people like Opposite, my governor in one of the most troubled states in the southeast is telling you that the killings in the southeast is not from IPOB, that IPOB does not kill, that this killing in Ondo and all these places is not from IPOB.
If anybody tells you that IPOB is the one killing people in Oluzon, it is not correct. Wicked politicians are sponsoring the killings in Olu. Last week in Oberuru, the APC ward chairman was killed in his house. The APC secretary was killed in his house. APC woman leader was killed in his house. I have cross-checked since the inception of this banditry. Not one PDP man has died.
The controversial Joe Igbokwe yesterday wrote on his Facebook page that the killing in the southeast is masterminded, from the political goals in the southeast, that the governors are responsible for the killings in the southeast. So after all these things, I came out again. I saw that Sarah reporters also published this statement regarding the defamation. And now, Reno Omokri, he was trying to tarnish P2B's image and chances, trying to destroy his image before the northern Nigerian people. And he accused IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, ESM of killing people. Have you ever seen Reno Omokri coming out to say that the 3 soldiers who were beheaded are from East? All of them are Igbos in Yobe. The other day, the majority of the soldiers killed in the north, they were all from Niger Delta and Igbos. Nobody talks about that because to us it's not important. Have you ever seen Reno coming out to say that the South should be careful, that the Northerners are killing their people in Soja? How can someone be so, I don't know the adjective I would use to express how the mind of this guy is. All he's doing is just for him to get pardon from Tinubu because of the way he rubbished his name. He said Tinubu urinated in his blood. Tinubu is a drug lord. Tinubu is this. Tinubu is that. Tinubu cannot do this. Tinubu cannot do that. Harass Tinubu out of London. All these things he's doing today, he's just trying to appease Tinubu. But what he forgets is that politics is not what he think about. Someone you are talking against tomorrow might be a friend to another person, like what he did with Atiku in 2023. This is a serious problem. And one thing Reno Omokri should take note is that Nnamdi Kanu cannot sue you, and you expect that his followers should be petting you. So he should get ready for what he started. He should get ready for anything he started. I'm talking about what he started. What he started. So I am saying it categorically there that Reno Omokri should be ready for what he started. A lot of people don't like to give him out. A lot of people don't like to reason what Reno Omokri said because they said he's talked too much, it is his ways, and so on and so forth. And even sometimes if I try to talk about Reno, people will say, don't give that guy, mouth because the guy is a nuisance. But I discovered that Reno Omokri is intentionally targeting the Igbos. At a time, Reno Omokri wrote in his verified Facebook page, he said that people should not go and marry Igbos. Okay? He made that statement when Davido was preparing to marry Chioma. He said people should not go and marry Igbos. And after the marriage, he was mute, he did not tweet, he did not do anything. Not only that, so many things Reno Omokri will just make sure that he will write against Igbos. And the sole reason why he's doing that is because of P2B. And neither N60billion nor the Southeast governors, none of them are challenging him. Nobody talks to him. Maybe they feel that Reno is a boy and he remains a boy. He's a data boy. No matter what he said, no matter what he does, people always know that this guy is a data boy. So a data boy is a hustler who will make sure that he will remain, in fame because he eats with fame, he eats with trouble. I know that could be the reason why a lot of people are just keeping quiet. But it is so unfortunate. Now, let's go to, as you can see, this picture on the screen is the picture of, the court documents published by Aloy Ejimako. And this is what the article from the Sarah reporters read. It reads that the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has filed 60 billion suit against social media influencer Reno Omokri for an alleged defamatory and prejudicial publication against him, IPOB, and his tribe, Ndegbo. The suit, which commenced by writ of summon under Order 3, Rule 3 of the Enugu State High Court, in between Nnamdi Kanu, suing for himself and on behalf of the indigenous people of Biafra as plaintiff and Reno Omokri as the defendant. Kanu, in a statement of fact, avowed that the plaintiff himself is a well-known public figure and the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, an organization advocating for the self-determination of the East people within the contraction Nigeria, He informed the court that on or about 6/7/2025, that is the 6th day of July 2025, the defendant, that is Reno Omokri, published or accused to be published in his verified Twitter from X, formerly Twitter account, and the link to that Twitter account was embedded in this article, of which I checked it, and that was where I read what I read to you from the beginning of this video. So it's a certain statement concerning the plaintiff, firstly alleging that the plaintiff and IPOB were responsible for the killing of soldiers, police officers, and other security personnel, as well as acts of violence attributed to the so-called unknown gunmen. The said publication is reproduced below in its original nature. And this is what he said. That is just what I wrote, what I read out for you from the beginning, when he said that, do you know how many Nigerian soldiers, police officers cost? So, he was trying to just establish an ethnic clash. Now, the said publication described the plaintiff and IPOB as engaging in terrorist activities, including the operation of the Eastern Security Network without lawful justification or evidence. The said statements are false, business, prejudicial, and defamatory as they portray the plaintiff as a criminal and a terrorist, thereby injuring his reputation, character, exposing him to public hatred, contempt, ridicule, and prejudicing his ongoing judicial proceedings in charge number Federal High Court Abuja CRO 383/15 pending at the Federal High Court Abuja. Plaintiff contends that as of the date of the malicious statement, that is the 6th of July 2025, no court of competent jurisdiction in Nigeria has convicted the plaintiff of any offense involving the killing of security personnel or act of terrorism, rendering the defendant's assertion factually incorrect and malicious. The defendant publication constitutes prejudicial commentary on the plaintiff pending judicial proceeding, amounting to contempt of court and a violation of the plaintiff's right to a fair hearing and presumption of innocence under Section 36(5) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended. He informed the court that the plaintiff, through his counsel P.N. Agezie Esquire of P.N. Agezie & Co., issued a pre-action notice dated 10/7/2025 to the defendant demanding a retraction of the defamatory statement in 2 national newspapers and on the defendant's Twitter X account. A public apology admitting to the misrepresentation of facts concerning the plaintiff, a written undertaking to refrain from further defamatory or prejudicial publication. He told the court that despite his demand in the pre-action notice, the defendant failed, refused, or neglected to comply, thereby forcing him to institute the case. Among relief he sought from the court are general damages in the sum of 50 billion naira for defamation, including injury to reputation, emotional distress, and prejudice to ongoing judicial proceeding. Aggravated damages in the sum of 10 billion naira for the malicious and reckless publication of false statement by the defendant. An order directing the defendant to publish a full retraction of the defamatory statement in 2 national newspapers. So I have read that place before. Now, a perpetual injunction restraining the defendant, his agent, privies, or assigns from the further publishing or disseminating such defamatory or prejudicial statements about the plaintiff without lawful justification. Because of this action, including legal fees and expenses incurred by the plaintiff, interest on all monetary awards at the rate of 10% per annum from the date of the judgment until full payment is rate. This is the end of the article. It is lengthy, but it's important we read it all through so that people will understand what actually is Nnamdi Kanu suing for. So, that is apart. As I said before, Reno Omokri has been engaging in defamatory and all sort of rubbish with his social media accounts in Nigeria. And I think nobody is more victim to this Reno Omokri's rascality than Mr. P2B. And Mr. P2B has not done anything to it. Maybe because Reno Omokri was P2B's social media boy before. And, P2B decided to just keep mute. Reno Omokri actually has done so many damages against people. Not only IPOB, not only Nnamdi Kanu, not only Reno Omokri. What he did to Tinubu, he thought maybe he's now forgiven. I laugh. Now, he's already attacking, people like Atiku he served before, Erufai, all those people, he's now attacking them. Give Reno Omokri money, he will attack President Goodluck Jonathan that he served before. That is the nature of this man. But what kind of human being is this? Anyway, as I said before, it is what it is. Reno Omokri should get ready because, we have been keeping quiet, not because we don't know what he's doing, but we decided to do so because we see that he's hustling. He wants to eat. He wants to travel. He needs money. So that is the reason why people were just overlooking him. This man is hustling. But as far as Nnamdi Kanu have sued him, it means that we all have sued him. Meaning, Reno Omokri has put, his neck in one trouser with millions of people. And it's not going to be fair to him. It's not going to be easy to him. if I were him, the best thing I should do right now is just to tender apology and retract my statement, because where he's entering now, let me not say for that thing, because Reno Omokri will also be looking for who will say something that he will use to sue again. Well, it is what it is. Let me know what you think on the comment section. I am Okocha Happy myself.